Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we are taking a deep dive into the all-new Bridgestone Tour B golf ball, and we just happen to be testing the Tiger Edition. When it comes to this golf ball and it comes to this series of golf balls, it originally came out in 2020 with the REACTIV cover. So they've updated that, they've improved the technology with the entire goal of making it longer off the driver and still feel soft off your wedges because of the way the material reacts on impact, which is very cool. And we have our tester today, Ian. You've already had some experience with this.
A little bit of chipping experience, RB. Not any long game stuff, so I'm excited to see if that soft feel that we felt when we were testing with it down in Florida around the greens. It was very distinctly different from the Pro V1X that I play. I liked it. It felt like it was going to give you a ton of control based on how soft it was. I just don't love that feel personally when I get to longer clubs. So this sort of reactive cover and this sort of technology that's in this golf ball that kind of changes the feel based on how hard it's compressed and how hard it's hit is very intriguing to me.
Yeah, and this is something where, you know, Tiger's come out, they've very much been open book about this, that they produce a lot of golf balls for Nike. Tiger has always preferred a spinnier golf ball, someone who grew up with balata.
Yeah.
Not that this spins anything like that off the driver. It's kind of the exact opposite. It's designed to be low spin, very good in the wind, but be soft around the greens, offer that control that someone like him would really want. And today, we're going to put it to test.
Absolutely. This will be cool. I mean, that's kind of the holy grail, isn't it? Soft and spinny around the greens with kind of lower spin and high speed off the tee.
The best way to think about the way this material reacts is think of when you were a kid, you had your little ball of silly putty. And when it sat out and it just kind of, didn't have any pressure applied to it, it slowly got softer and it wouldn't react. As soon as you put it into a ball and you threw it down, it bounced. So the harder you push on this, the more it wants to stiffen up and react. And that's kind of what they've done with this golf ball. I've seen some pretty cool demonstrations where they hit the top of an iPhone with a hammer, didn't break the iPhone, which I thought was kind of interesting. And so we're going to see how that applies to a golf ball today.
Let's see.
All right, so we're going to start with our standard 50-yard shot for the ball test. And I think this is where we're going to notice the feel really stand out for ourselves.
Yeah, the chipping, this is about twice as long as we tested it last time. So this will be cool to see where this ranks, just to give kind of people who haven't seen us do ball testing in the past. 50-yard shot, 7,500 is about the benchmark of an average 50-yard shot. So anything above that would definitely be leaning on the higher spinning side. Around 30 to 31 degrees of launch would be fairly normal. So looking for around that, and anything plus or minus would be, an interesting deviation from standard.
All right.
Okay.
Great one there. This, for me, is when I'm in the short game, this is the sound that I prefer. If I can get that where I feel like it's just grabbing the face, I love that.
Mm-hmm. That was the best one so far.
All right. There we are.
It is a soft ball, RB.
Nice shot. That was my first thing. I know we definitely touched on how soft it feels in the short game in the partial swings, but even on that full pitching wedge, you still get that audible feedback.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it definitely sounds soft.
Mm-hmm. That was a better strike.
All right. What would you say your normal pitching wedge spin is?
Less than that.
Yeah.
Less than that for sure. Like, that might be gap wedge spin for me, so maybe around high 8s.
Okay.
For sure, 95 is on the high end, RB, so gives you a little something to play with for sure. Hit that one a bit more solid, try and get a bit more out it, but yeah, I mean, Tiger's game, interesting, obviously, watching the Players' Championship this week. Tiger's game was always about have maximum spin and let him control it, taking it off when you're a good player, it's easier to take it off. Watching the players in the wind this week, it's a dying art.
Yeah.
You know, the player's ability, as Justin Thomas's, round in was it first round or second round where he went bogey-free second round?
It was second. I think it was the second round, yeah.
Incredible, but one of the very few guys who can actually play a dead arm wedge shot or, 6-iron that goes 140 yards, takes spin off. It's a real dying art.
We saw that in some of the carnage on 17 with the difference in the players' trajectory, their heights versus proximity, and the players that were able to actually hit lower shots
for sure
had a closer proximity, which I thought was a really fascinating stat.
Definitely. Okay, 7-iron.
Still has, even in those longer clubs, it definitely still has that softer sound, that more muted sound. Mm-hmm. So if someone is using maybe an iron that might be a little louder sounding, could be a good comparison, could be a good pairing for this ball.
I would say, though, that one definitely felt more like what I'm used to versus the wedge shots. The wedge shots were very distinctly not what I'm used to. That was much, much closer.
Okay.
Not bad, just left a touch open.
You found green.
Take it. Felt like a nice one.
Great swing there. Almost on the fly.
Almost. Okay.
All right, let's see what we can take to the driver with the new Tiger ball.
So yeah, I would say 7-iron there was had a bit more of the normal distance. It had some good spin to it, but yeah, this will be interesting with the big dog. Does not feel like a marshmallow with the driver. It doesn't.
It's our silly putty at high impact or high impact speed now.
Yeah.
That one's out there.
Wee bit toey in that one, RB.
For as high spin as it was in the short game, we're seeing the same low spin, long game performance, which I think is really fascinating.
It definitely blends it well, doesn't it?
Great one there. So one of the things we touched on right off the bat of this video is the fact that this golf ball is designed to be higher spin in the short game, and Ian, we're definitely seeing that with the results here.
Yeah, it's soft, very soft in those wedge shots, very high spin. 90 to 200 is a lot. For a pitching wedge for me, 88 without trying to add spin is a lot. I think there's a couple in the 9,000s as well with the 50-yard shot. That's really the high end.
Do you think someone who might be using, say, stronger lofted irons that needs a little bit of help with spin, this could be a golf ball that really does suit them well?
When we get to see what it does off the driver, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we always talk about how important the golf ball is for fitting the individual player, and this is where, because the short game is so important, to really look at that when it comes to getting a little bit of extra spin and, exactly as they tout, extra control. So let's take a look at the long game here, or I should say approach and long game. So 7-iron, kind of basically right in your wheelhouse.
It's right where you would want it to be. It was very, very, very consistent. It was certainly not lacking in any distance. I hit a couple that went a little bit on the far side for me, but they still retained a lot of the spin. And in the driver, it was very, very good as well. Very hard. There's always trade-offs with golf balls. You're selecting a golf ball based on it goes a little further, you like that, but it doesn't spin quite a lot, but you compensate for that elsewhere. This really does deliver a well-rounded package, give you the best of all worlds.
I think, they touched on it so much in the development of this golf ball for Tiger, for Bryson, and obviously they're using different models, but how they can be categorized for different players. And for those golfers that want that S golf ball, that spin golf ball, that softer golf ball, they definitely deliver on that. But when you've got the longest guy in the game with Bryson, they don't want to sacrifice any distance, and they're definitely not doing this with this or any other golf ball on the line. They're just using this material to really gain an advantage in the short game, and the numbers prove out to be. I think it's a pretty cool product.
Really is, really is. No, very good, very impressed.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool ball, and if you get a chance, get out there and get a chance to test it out. So I hope you like this video. Remember, golf ball is such a crucial element when it comes to fine-tuning your golf game from your long game, but more importantly, in your short game, how your irons match up to your golf ball, especially when it comes to approach shots and the feel you prefer around the greens, which for a lot of players can be hit or miss depending on the golf ball style you're using. So if you like this video, you want us to test more golf balls, please use the comment section below. Let us know what you want to test. And as always, thanks for watching.